This, ladies and gentlemen, is the Orion 7 Next Gens, one of the worst buses Nassau County has ever ordered. The fleet numbers start from 1700 to 1799, and they were brought in between 2008 and 2009. Now, before I go more in depth of what these buses are, let's start off with their specs and designs and all that stuff. First off, we have the Cummins ISL G engine, which they sadly use and are very annoying as hell, and these engines are loud. Yes, I know the Orion 5 engines are loud, but they're loud in a good way. This engine is loud in a bad way. And you know what? Here's a clip of it. Now moving on, we have its transmission, which is just an Allison B400R, you know, yeah. Now its design, its design is terrible. Its face looks terrible, its CNG tank looks terrible, its back looks terrible. But you know what, in a way, to kind of, you know, sum it up, this bus in general is terrible. But yeah, their suspension, their suspension's actually low, and they were known for being really low to the ground until the Excelsiors came in. But basically, yeah, they're really low to the ground, and if you are on a very bumpy road, then I feel really sorry for you. Now moving on, we have its interior. It's how do I put it? Aside from terrible, it's crappy. Its seats are blue, and they have bubbled seats, which I don't understand why they have that. I have no idea why they have that. Honestly, like, is it really necessary for bubbled seats to be on a bus? Answer: no, it's not. Because like I said, if you are on a very bumpy road, then it's gonna hurt. It's really gonna hurt. Now we have its seating arrangement, which is fine in the front, but the back is the back really needs to be fixed. Cause you see, there's this one seat which is really low, and then there's the other seat that's really high in front of that seat, and it's hard to explain, but in a way it's really uncomfortable and you don't want to sit there at all. I would say far away from that seat as possible. You know what? No, I would say stay far away from these buses in general. These buses were actually a mistake, and I know there are a lot of people who actually like the Orion 7 Next Gens. Now, like I said, these buses are terrible. As I've said for the 100th time in this review, their design is terrible. Their engine is terrible. Their backfire, don't get me started on that backfire. It's terrible. The Orion 5s can do a better job backfiring. The XN40s and the C40LFs can do a better job backfiring, and they have the same engines, surprisingly. Yes, the C40s have a better engine. They have the same engine as the Orion 7 Next Gen CNGs, but they backfire so better. My only concern with the C40s is you can't hear it from the inside. which I don't know why. These buses were brought in back when the MTA was here, and the first bus was, of course, 1700, was brought in around 2008, and actually was Orion, and it actually was Long Island's first Next Gen, and was the MTA's first Next Gen CNG. Yeah. Also, I forgot to mention that these buses also have little LED lights on the side, which I don't really mind because I find it really cool because the XN40s have them too. But other than that, the entire bus is crap. Once the MTA left and Nice Bus came along and wrecked up everything, these buses have gotten worse. Yes, they've gotten literally worse as time progressed. As each month goes by, the buses get worse and worse and worse. Like, I never really experienced these buses back when the MTA was here, but I'm pretty sure that they didn't have any breakdowns back then. Now breakdowns are happening left and right. Like, seriously, people are getting stranded, bus parts are breaking. I can't take this anymore, and I bet everyone else here in Long Island can't take it either. But apparently no one's defending for themselves, because not much people care in Long Island, because, you know, most people have cars and they're wealthy. Well, most people who aren't wealthy in this county don't have cars and can't afford for an Uber or a taxi, and they rely on buses. And it's unfair to them, you know, the people who take the bus, who have to wait an hour for one bus because a bus broke down, and finally once their bus gets here, you know, to them, they get on the bus that's really unsanitary and, you know, has garbage in it and it has graffiti and parts of it is not working, it's breaking down. And one thing that these buses do now, ever since Nice got here, aside from breaking down, they've been having transmission issues where the gears like don't shift. So it forces the bus to basically drive at a slow pace, and that's bad. Now, I've heard that Nice Bus fired all of their maintenance workers. Bad idea, because who's gonna maintain the buses? Who? Now, I don't know about this for sure, but I think that they have them. I do know kind of that some Next Gens have, you know, touch sensitive doors, and, you know, once you touch them, the rear doors, they open automatically. So some do it, some don't. I think that Nice Bus took them out. I don't know why. Bad idea once again, because these doors now rely on force, no longer motors. Because, well, I don't know. And basically every time you force these doors open and you walk through them and, you know, quickly close them, they're gonna slam shut, and that's bad. Because, you know, that's bad. Like, I don't understand why Nice is doing this. Like, Nice needs to just step down and have the MTA take over. And recently I heard that our Mangano got arrested for corruption, and I hope that Nice Bus is actually one of those corruptions that he's being charged of. Like, seriously, I can't take this no more. I bet people who can't afford cars can't take it no more. You know what? And I bet even the bus drivers themselves can't take it no more. Because who wants to drive a bus that can't even shift? Who wants to drive a bus that can't even function right? Number one, it's wasting your time, and it's wasting everyone on that bus. It's wasting their time. And then, you know, people complain and yell at the bus drivers. It's not their fault. It's Nice Bus's fault. I mean, come on. Jesus Christ. Moving on to, real quick, the buses that we hate that are in the 1700 group. Before I move on to that, I just want to have like this quick disclaimer that yes, we do name buses and trains, and we do give them theme songs and all that stuff. We're very weird, and if you can't accept that, or you think that we're childish and our channel is a joke, then I'm sorry, but it's not for you. It's just that we just think that this isn't for you. I mean, there are other transit videos out there that are probably 10 times better than us. I mean, we do what we really want to do, and we don't really care what anyone thinks of us. First off, of the buses that we hate, first off is 1700. Now that bus you probably saw in one of our vlogs. We named it Zori. I'm sorry, I named it Zori, not Alex. I named it Zori. And that bus got on Alex's nerve that day, that night, for many reasons. One, it kept backfiring left and right. Two, it had a blown out light, which is like, wow, nice bus, really. Three, it kept backfiring. And lastly, number 4, it kept backfiring. Oh yeah, and its AC was really leaky, but it didn't leak on him, it just leaked on me. So I got most of that drip. So moving on, we have 1738. Now 1738 is the 2009 model, and I call that bus the Fetty bus. And it's kind of, self-explanatory because it's 1738. 1738. Fetty Wap? Yes? No? Okay. Moving on, we have 1765. Now 1765, just like 1738, is also a 2009 model. And Alex named it Bunga. Now I'm going to explain that name in a different video. A separate video, probably in a video of X Talks, maybe. But yeah, he named it Bunga back when it was in the MTA paint scheme. And yeah, ever since that day where he decided to, name that bus Bunga to get on my nerves, I've been seeing it like probably every month or so. It's not as bad as the 1810 family, which I might get later on. But it's still annoying. It's still annoying. Now moving on, we have the 1770 family, which Alex hates. Now it's a bunch of next gens that consist of 1770 to 1779. And yeah, Alex's least favorite in that group is of course 1775 and 1777, the unlucky next gen. Those two follow him a lot. They follow him a lot. I'm sorry, I can't speak English. 1775 did it first, and then afterwards it was 1777. 1775, I think 1 year ago, was in the MTA paint scheme, and its entire side was like dirty. Like its right side would always be dirty, but then it would always have that one clean rim, which made me think Nice Bus had one job to clean the entire bus, and they decided to just clean that one rim, which has me, confused as hell. 1777, even though we don't see it as much, it's still unlucky because our day gets worse after seeing that bus. And lastly, we have the 1790 family. Now, there are a bunch of next gens numbered 1790 to 1799. And of course, 1790, as you probably saw in, I believe, our 4th vlog, I named that Elizabeth because it was the first name that came into my head. And that bus gave Alex a hard time because of the fact that, well, he fell on it. He fell on the bus, and well, that was actually his fault for not sitting down. But then again, I don't blame him because the seats are bubble, and who wants to deal with that? Moving on, we have 1793, which is Kara. I named that one myself, from Undertale, you know. That bus is actually the devil, and it's actually worse than 1790. The bus backfired twice when we first saw it, me and Alex, and it hissed at him as well. And then I believe it was 2 days afterwards we saw it again on the N4, and then 1 week later I saw it again on the 25. And yeah, ever since that day, it's been like showing up left and right, constantly giving Alex a hard time, and me laughing because it's funny when he gets mad. And yeah, that's it for the 1700s. Now I also want to say that for those who are fans of these buses, I'm sorry if we're bashing your bus. We here at this team have our own opinions, and we like to share our opinions. But you know, if you like these buses, then I won't hate you. We won't hate you. We won't hate you for liking these buses. We are not those kind of people who hate on other people because of what they like. Moving on, we have the 1800s. These buses were brought in around 2010 to 2011, and the fleet numbers are 1800 to 1839, with 1840 being a third gen, but you know, I'll get to that later. What's different about these buses? Well, absolutely nothing. There's nothing really different about these buses at all. They look exactly like the 1700s, but these buses, they look exactly the same. There's not much different. Now, the seats aren't bubbled anymore. Hallelujah. 1800 was the first pilot bus to be delivered in 2010 under the NTA. Yeah, after 1800, the rest followed. But like I said, there isn't much different about this bus at all. It looks exactly like the 1700s, but just different. And the screen is different too. The sign, I'm sorry. The sign is different, kind of. Now, ever since NICE came here and decided to ruin Long Island aside from our Mangano, these buses were wrapped ever since, and they were never repainted. But there are a few that are slowly starting to be repainted, finally. But, you know, every time I see these buses, they're always wrapped, and they're always ruined. Like, the wrap is like ripping off, and yeah. Now, onto the buses that we hate, that are within the 1800, you know, yeah. Well, sorry, just me, because I'm the only one who hates this group. And if you're a fan of my Zach Videos account, then you will probably know this already. The 18th. Quit. Now, the 1810 family are a bunch of 1800s that consists of 1810 all the way to 1819, and their main objective is to just annoy me, just follow me wherever I go, wherever I'm on a route. They always follow me, and they just, you know, they're attracted to me, but I'm not attracted to them. They always annoy me and swarm around me like bees. But my least favorite 1810 family is, of course, 1811 and 1815. 1811 because that one time I saw it on the N4 where its back compartment was open. That was during the summer too. And yes, I know some people would say, oh, the engine was probably overheating. Okay, yeah, sure. But isn't that, you know, it's like, Like, isn't that a violation to have the engine open during operation while it's driving? Yes, I think it is. 1815, because it follows me more than the rest. But, yeah. What can you do, right? Orion could have made this bus a lot different. No, I'm sorry. They could have not made the Orion 7 Next Gens, because they had the opportunity to make the Orion 8. But guess who didn't take that opportunity? Yes, Orion. Like, seriously, Orion could have started working on the Orion 8 and have, New Flyer and Nova Bus get in this action and probably make one of the best buses of 2010. They could have, but they didn't, and they were stupid. There was nothing wrong with the Orion 7 old gens. They were actually perfect. They were really perfect. And I would understand if they made a bus to basically retire the Orion 7 old gens, but it wasn't their time to retire at the time once these buses came in. Like they say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But in this case, if there's nothing wrong with the old gens, why spend, like, I don't know, about $5 billion to make something as crappy? I mean, the old gens, the hybrids sound beautiful. The CNGs sound amazing. Yeah. Like, I don't understand what went wrong and who made the design for this bus, because whoever did really needs to hold this L.
Now on to the third gens. Now the third gens, along with the 1700s and the 1800s, have a Cummins Rustport ISLG engine and an Allison B400R transmission. These buses came in around 2012 with the fleet numbers starting out with 1840 and ending in 1884. What's the difference with these buses? Nothing. The same stupid design, the same stupid RAV, everything. There's nothing different. This color scheme is the same, design is the same. The only thing that's different is that the bubbles are taken off. So basically they were ordered under nice and they were painted in the nice paint scheme. And that's basically it. Yeah.
So yeah, in conclusion, guys, the Orion 7, 1700s, 1800s, and third gens suck.
They're just terrible.
Yes, I know Melvin Johnson's favorite is 1842, but guess what, Melvin?
We're gonna do a rant on you.
Yes, that in your bus sucks.
What?
Oh yeah, let's not forget that the MTA also has third gens too. Third gen diesels in Castleton. Why? Why? And it's funny because they're all in Castleton. None of them is nowhere else. Yeah, they traveled from Queens to Brooklyn. But why Staten Island? Come on. If this review was scattered and weird and there was a lot of stuttering like how I'm doing now, a lot of stuttering and confusion, then we're really sorry, because this is our first time doing a review.
Yes.
And expect our next review to probably be the Excelsiors, the XN40s. No, not the MTA ones. I'm talking about the nice ones.
You know what they said about Kalal the other day?
What?
They said that he was a ferret boy. They're not nice.
Please, no. Please, no. Please. Let me handle this. Go in the corner. Go in the corner. Go in the corner.
Okay.
Go in the corner.
Okay.
But anyways, expect the Excelsiors to eventually have a review. Same with the Chevrolet ARBOC,
AKA Flexi Bus.
aka the Flexi buses and the Rockville Center buses. Can't. As well as the Orions, while they're still here. So, yeah. So guys, this is Zach and Night Eagle signing off, and we hope you have a great Halloween. And yes, by the way, the Debbie's coming back.
Woo!
My ears. I thought I said go in the corner. Go in the corner. Go in the goddamn corner. Jeez.